last question. The 5 best teams in the league right now.
Ooh, power rankings.
We know it's KC is one. They have to be.
Yeah.
Even with fucking Juju Smith-Schuster, who the Pats waived on like August 9th. They're
so
like,
funny.
This
7
guy's
catches
washed.
on 8 targets.
KC has to be one. I think Detroit has to be 2.
Fair.
Because of how good their offense is.
Well, we just saw the offense for the first time last week. Like, that's the offense we wanted to see.
But the thing is,
they hadn't done anything the first 4 weeks. Their last game was when they exploded, and it was like, all right, that's the team.
But they were kind of showing us they ran like 155 plays.
No doubt.
In the 2, they just, something wasn't and then finally they figured it out.
Yeah.
But I always believed in the infrastructure. So they have to be 2. Is Minnesota 3?
Vikings fans are very sensitive
They're
because they're
5-0.
not getting their flowers. They still think
they've had 2 games in a row where they built up a lead and then held on. And Darnold, too, I don't know if he got hurt in the first quarter, but he was genuinely bad for the last 2 hours.
I think he got hurt.
Jets game. Yeah.
Even so, like the
announcers didn't bring it up.
You have thoughts of Sam Darnold and his previous stops, and it's like hard for you as a mentally capable fan watching football to be like, yep, Sam Darnold is great again. Like, you've seen Sam Darnold do the dip. So everyone's just kind of waiting and seeing. They get the
when a guy is
week.
rolling around and being helped off and then comes back in and is sailing passes, my instinct is he might be hurt. Did not come up during the broadcast. I have them 3 out of respect to the 5 and the defense. And the fact that they built big leads in, I think, every game.
Yeah.
I think they've been up double digits in every game they played.
Yeah.
Baltimore, I don't feel awesome about it, but I think they have to be 4, even though I think you can throw on them and it's going to be a real problem for them at some point.
The Baltimore we saw against Buffalo is the best team in all of football right now, both sides of the ball. Unfortunately, they haven't put that together in any of these games. Like,
right.
The offense wasn't clicking in the first half. But
that game they played, so that game they played was probably the best game anyone played this season.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
On primetime. And it was unstoppable with Derrick Henry from an 87-yard run to the start to the rest. And then last week, the offense didn't stop. But then all of a sudden, Zach Orr, 32-year-old defensive coordinator, there's questions. And now they're bringing in Dean Pease, who's been with the Patriots, and with like a little help here because it can't be our Achilles heel. This is the Ravens. We can't be giving up that many yards on offense.
Well, my question is, maybe if you have 2 good receivers, they're just not going to be able to cover them.
So do you go and get Davante Adams?
If you're who?
If you're the Baltimore Ravens. If you think you're good and your offense is going to score a lot of points, but your defense might not.
I would get a D-back. I don't think they need a receiver.
Because that's the take. It's like they're playing great offense.
Can I give a take? Yeah. I don't know if I've given my Davante Adams take. I'll go with that camera.
Let's go.
He's washed.
Ooh, a take.
He's washed.
I think he's also.
I don't think he get open anymore. Where are the plays of him wide open?
He hasn't played. He's got the hamstring injury. But
he wasn't. There was like 2 plays last year where he was open, and the Netflix thing was like, "Oh, I'm so tired of this."
They had this amazing win 2 weeks ago, and everyone in the building is feeling good. They're 2-2. He comes in on Monday, and he sits down with Antonio Pierce, and is like, "I want to be traded to a contender," and it's like.
We're 2-2. We're paying you a ton of money.
Dude, what? So I think in his head, maybe his agent's head, and all the media that covers it, like there was going to be a line 40 deep for his services. Well, then the reports were 24 to 48 hours into this week, he'll be traded to the Jets. Well, that hasn't happened. We're now on Thursday.
It's like a 4th round pick for him, right? Because you got to take the money.
Well, I think they want a 2nd round if you're going to even get it.
There's no way.
No one's trading a 2nd round pick for a 32-year-old receiver who you have to pay $13 million the rest of the way.
It's weird we don't think of football like. In basketball, we're always using the history as a track record.
Yeah.
And in football, it's like once a receiver is about to hit that 33 to 36 range, I'm out.
It's really tough.
Prove to me you can still be good at that point. You know? It's like point guards in the NBA when they hit like 35. It's like, I'm year to year with you from this point on.
Doubt.
We have no track record.
No doubt. You look at Julio Jones was bouncing around the last 4 years of his career.
Right.
He's still one of the greatest ever.
Julio Jones is a good example.
But I don't think Adams is at that point yet. I think he still has a couple years of great football and would be a top 10 wide receiver.
Great.
But at that number,
wide receiver.
At that number, no, yeah.
I don't see that at all.
He's been good. I mean, even had 113 yards or something against the Ravens.
I always thought he was like, he was never totally open, but always just enough and could catch anything.
Well, the excuse was Jimmy G couldn't hit him, and then Aiden O'Connell's other guy, so he still hasn't had that opportunity with whoever the quarterback is.
No, but you comparing him to somebody like Nico Collins, that dude's fucking wide open 4 times a game.
No doubt.
Although now he's hurt. All right, so Baltimore 4. I think they need to get a cornerback. I don't know. What's the trade deadline? Like week 8, week 9?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
After Halloween,
So
I think.
for the 5th spot, the nominees are, I'll go,
let me hear
I'll
it.
scatter it around. You could talk me into Washington.
Yep.
You could talk me into Buffalo. I wouldn't be happy about it. You could talk me into the 2 and 3 Niners. Talk me into Green Bay or Houston.
Okay.
And I have a team that I have in the 5 spot, but that's how
I would say Houston.
So I have Houston as my number 5.
Complete all 3 facets. They had one bad loss to a Vikings team that came in and just it was red hot, whatever.
But when you say complete, they can't block.
No, but they've beat.
But Mixon
was hurt,
right? And Mixon. So
Cam Akers is not going to say.
Yeah, they're not the Houston team that maybe they're going to be in week 11.
And I was skeptical on the Texans this year. I thought that they would take a step back. The book was out on them, and a little bit of it was, all right, you bring in Diggs and Hunter and the whole deal. We're going to do flips, and they have proven me wrong. I think they're very good.
So I was not skeptical, and I'm overcommitted on Texans futures. Stroud's been amazing.
He's unbelievable.
Stroud was so good last week, and I don't even think like they can't block. Collins got hurt with like 2 hours left in that game the other day, but Stroud has over and over again been able to make a play when they need
fourth quarter, and he's like Lindor.
I think he's been
he doesn't even celebrate.
He's been the best quarterback in the league, right?
So this is a good debate.
I mean, Daniels, you could say, but I want to see him against a really good team.
As an avid listener, no one loves doing MVP talk in October more than you.
I don't want to do the MVP talk. I'm just saying, like
quarterback Lamar has been unbelievable. Mahomes has been very good.
Yeah, Lamar's been really good. You're right.
Daniels and Stroud. Those are your 4. Daniels has been so good.
Yeah, it's probably Lamar 1A, Stroud 1B. I just feel like Stroud's doing more with less. He's had no running game at all.
Yeah, I know.
He got what? He didn't have Collins for the last 2 hours of the last game.
And then Diggs stepped up last week.
He
6
did.
catches, 80 yards. Everyone's like, what's he going to be?
Dangerous spot with the Pats this week.
The letdown game?
They're 7-point favorites.
Yeah.
Right. That's been the 7 and up has been the death number for every favorite this year. Drake May first game. The Pats fans who were like completely out on this team.
Yeah.
Now there's like Drake May buzz that beyond
nothing
belief.
To lose.
Yeah. Like if I tell Kyle you're not invited for Drake May's first game, I honestly think that would be it. I don't know if he'd ever talk to me again.
Yeah. Okay.
But instead I'm going to tell him Joe House is going to be there, and I'm making my mom cook, Kyle.
You'll be back?
Yeah. Okay. My mom's cooking for Drake May's first game. Kyle, can you hear me? Did you just pass out? Okay, great. So we have Houston 5th, but I don't feel great about it. I think Green Bay.
I was at that game last week. That was a gritty win for them. I went to Rams, Packers.
I could see them stealing a spot at some point, but at the same time, I don't know why that game was so hard to win.
It was a hard-fought, tough win. They threw the game away with the pick 6, and then someone was like, well, actually, a good play by Love. I don't know. That was a bad loss. If they had lost that, they found a way to win. I think that's important. Like, find a way to win. That's good. And the Rams might be done. They're 1-4. I don't know. That goose might be cooked.
They should be 0-5.
That was a crazy win against San Francisco.
If that fake punt doesn't work,
I know.
They're 0-5.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not your year. You know, when you have a team built around 2-star receivers and neither of them play,
I know.
It might not be your year.
I know.
You don't think there's every time you get aggregated, every time you have a Rams opinion.
I think
there's no Stafford trade possibilities.
I don't think so. No. Bye week. Let's see. They come out of this thing, but Stafford.
When is the bye week?
Right now. This week.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Stafford and Kupp are 2 names that you keep coming up and seeing. I think McVay is committed to both of those guys for this season. We'll see if the winds of change occur, if there's more losses on the docket. Stafford also
they won a Super Bowl.
They did it.
So when you win a Super Bowl, that makes all of these decisions a lot easier.
And I look at the Kupp thing because I said it on somewhere. I said, when the Chiefs were looking for a receiver, I'm like, you should call about Kupp. So everyone thought I was like McVay's voice box saying, someone ask about Kupp. I'm just looking at the money that Cooper Kupp is making. The guy can still play. And if there's so many teams that are wide receiver hungry, whether it be the Kansas City Chiefs who are relying on Juju and Justin Watson right now, or the Buffalo Bills who look at themselves as a Super Bowl contender, but have Keon Coleman and Mac Hollins.
I like Keon Coleman.
Yeah, I do too, but he's a rookie.
It falls apart when it's Mac Hollins running 40 yards.
No doubt.
Downfield.
And it's like, if you're Washington and you're like, wait, we're better than we thought, but it's Terry McLaurin and Diami Brown. Cooper Kupp fills a lot of holes.
I was thinking about Washington for Cooper Kupp.
It would be great.
Yeah.
So Cooper Kupp, he's not on the trade block by any means, but like I'm just thinking
you can't rule out Dallas as a wait. What did Dallas do?
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
You know,
would you rather Davante Adams or Cooper Kupp right now?
100% Cooper Kupp. It's not even close.
Yeah. If you're the Steelers and you wanted Brandon Ayuk, but you couldn't land Brandon Ayuk at the end of the day, like is Cooper Kupp midseason for a second-round pick not a great offer?
I'm glad you brought them up because that's the team that needs a receiver.
No doubt. You watch that offense.
Because Pickens took last week off. And by the way, I picked them every week at $1 million picks. Not picking them this week because I was horrified by Pickens.
And his locker room stuff is like, well, that's the game plan. Like he's not like a thrilled guy.
No.
That's your number one?
Yeah, but as Craig Horlbeck said, Tomlin just doesn't like nice things. He can't even feel until he's near 500, and
he's got to get back to the mean.
Yeah, he's got to get back to the mean.
Too many games above 500.
Really
we had to. Yeah.